I'm a Californian. I've been so since 1950, the year of my birth. All of our children and grandchildren are also Californians, and we love our state. And we also know that our state is now in peril. I'm also a lawyer. I'm sure that I pay more attention to the law than if I'd chosen another career, say I'd been a stockbroker. So, paying attention to the law is something that I'm really supposed to do. And given the state's current wildfires and utility power shutoffs, it's worth a little reflection. California law and state court rulings make publicly and privately owned state utilities responsible for property damage if their equipment caused the fire. This is essentially strict liability, and that is, liability is imposed whether or not the utility acted negligently. While less than 10% of wildfires are caused by power lines, the liabilities accruing from those wildfires are huge. When the wildfires are catastrophic, the resulting liabilities are equally catastrophic. Our state's political and business leaders are struggling with this. The California Public Utilities Commission has rejected efforts by utilities companies to raise utility rates to compensate for litigation payouts related to fire liabilities. PG&E Corp., the owner of our state's largest power utility, filed bankruptcy in January 2019 to address liabilities resulting from some of California's most devastating wildfires. PG&E's stock has dropped nearly 87% over the past year. The company cut power to nearly 970,000 customers last weekend, and it's estimated that nearly 2.5 million people were without power. The company is being criticized on allegations that it is focusing on minimizing its own financial liability rather than weighing the trade-offs with the human and financial impacts of power outages. If someone has an easy answer to all of this, speak up. Our state requires utilities to support housing developments in areas classified as very high fire risk. We're told that the outages are now likely a regular part of California's future. Politicians and utility businesses are heavily engaged in the discussion of power outages. California's people, while not left out of the discussions, have not really had their voices heard. Those voices are surely going to grow louder. Having watched some revolutionary changes in my own lifetime, I suspect that Californians are not going to react positively to third world style power cutoffs. In the words of Buffalo Springfield's 1966, For What It's Worth ballad, a classic protest song, there's something happening here, but what it is isn't exactly clear. The song's chorus goes on, I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look, what's going down? California's people, or at least a significant percentage of them, are going to stop and think about what's going down. It's inevitable. What comes out of it? I don't know. But I don't think that blackouts will silence the people. I remember being 15 years old, standing on a San Francisco sidewalk watching a 1965 protest march against the Vietnam War. The marchers seemed like outliers. But by 1967, there was widespread disillusionment. And in the spring of 1968, I sat in my college dorm room watching LBJ announce that he would not run for re-election. I saw college campuses close, including my own, in May 1970, when National Guard troops shot into a group of Vietnam War protesters at Kent State, killing 4 students. 3 years later, Nixon announced an effective end to U.S. involvement in Southeast Asia. Maybe I'm being dramatic. I certainly could be. Still, we may be in for some drama. The much seen and heard Les Miserables song, Do You Hear the People Sing, brings the theme to mind. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It's the music of the people who will not be slaves again. So, going back to where I started, are power shutoffs doing more harm than good? I suspect that while it may take time, we're going to hear the people sing, and their song may strike a tune radically different from what California's politicians and utility business leaders are playing today. Thank you for listening.